Who discovered China? It sounds simple, almost like a quiz show prompt, expecting a single, neat answer. But the truth is far more complex and interesting. The name China itself, derived from the Qin dynasty, was a label applied by outsiders long before locals used it for their unified civilization. The word discover is tricky here. It implies finding something unknown or uninhabited. That was never the case for the vast lands we now call China. People have lived there for an almost unimaginable length of time, their presence stretching back into the mists of prehistory. Long before any written records, long before the first dynasties, the land we know as China was already home to early humans. Archaeological evidence, such as the famous Peking man fossils found near Beijing, suggests that hominins inhabited the region as far back as 750,000 years ago. These early inhabitants were not builders of cities but hunter-gatherers, living in small, mobile groups. They crafted simple stone tools to hunt animals and process food, their lives dictated by the changing seasons and the migration of herds. Theirs was a world without borders, without nations, and without the name China. They were the original discoverers, in the purest sense of the word, as they navigated and learned to survive in these territories. The agricultural revolution gave rise to distinct and vibrant Neolithic cultures across China. Among the most well-known is the Yangshao culture, which flourished in the Yellow River Valley from approximately 5000 to 3000 BCE. The Yangshao people were skilled farmers who lived in organized villages. Their settlements often had a central public square with houses arranged around it, suggesting a planned and communal way of life. They dug storage pits for their surplus grain and raised domesticated animals like pigs and dogs. One of the most remarkable achievements of the Yangshao people was their distinctive painted pottery. These earthenware vessels bore geometric patterns, swirling lines, and stylized depictions of fish or human faces, a growing symbolic and aesthetic consciousness. Chinese stories talk about a time before history was written down. Wise kings and brave heroes, like the Yellow Emperor, were said to unite early peoples. And Yu the Great, famous for stopping big floods. These stories are central to how China sees its beginnings. After Yu, tradition says, his sons started the Jia dynasty. Long known only from later texts, historians questioned whether Jia was real or legend. Recent excavations at Erlitou in Henan offer exciting clues. A substantial Bronze Age center appears, with palaces, workshops, and tombs, a state in all but name. There is no definitive inscription tying it to a Xia king, yet it bridges Neolithic cultures and later dynasties, memory rooted in real states. The first dynasty with clear writing is the Shang, ruling the Yellow River Valley from about 1600 to 1046 BCE, masters of bronze, with a stratified, ritual-rich society. Their oracle bones let us read voices from over 3 millennia ago. After the Shang came the Zhou dynasty, a long era of profound change. Early Zhou rulers framed legitimacy through the mandate of heaven. As power weakened, China splintered, spring and autumn, then warring states. Division ended in 221 BCE when Ying Zheng of Qin conquered his rivals. He declared himself Qin Shi Huang, the first emperor. Qin Shi Huang didn't discover China. He forcefully forged a centralized empire, standardizing script, currency, weights, measures, and even axle widths. He built the infrastructure of unity. Yet the Qin collapsed soon after his death. The Han consolidated the imperial system, ruling for over 4 centuries. Stability, prosperity, expansion, and Confucianism as state orthodoxy. The Silk Road opened, silk westward, glass and horses eastward, ideas like Buddhism flowing into China. This was not China discovered from without, but influence projected outward. Han China stood as a connected hub in a wider world. After division, China was reunified, entering the brilliant Tang era, 618 to 907 CE. A cosmopolitan high point, Chang'an, the world's largest city. Merchants, monks, emissaries from Persia, India, Japan, and beyond mingled in its streets. Trade flourished, new religions, music, and styles arrived and were embraced. A golden age of poetry, Li Bai and Du Fu, verses of enduring beauty. Woodblock printing expanded access to literature, spreading knowledge. The arts reached new heights of expression. A sophisticated state admired across East Asia. After the Tang and brief disunity, the song ushered in remarkable economic and technological growth. A vibrant market economy, paper money, and massive cities. Agricultural revolution, new rice varieties fueled population and prosperity. Movable type, magnetic compass, and early gunpowder weapons transformed knowledge and warfare. Advances in math, astronomy, and engineering show a dynamic, innovative civilization. The song's military strength could not stop the Mongol Empire. By 1279, Kublai Khan completed the conquest, establishing the Yuan. A non-Han dynasty ruled from Dadu over a transcontinental realm. The Pax Mongolica unlocked unprecedented trade and communication. Marco Polo, a Venetian merchant, reached Kublai's court in the 1270s. His tales of paper money, coal, and a vast postal system reshaped Europe's imagination. They inspired later explorers like Columbus. But Marco Polo did not discover China. He visited an already ancient, sophisticated, powerful empire. His journey opened a window between civilizations, a chapter of contact, not discovery. After the Mongols, the Ming restored a native dynasty. Capitals shifted, Nanjing to Beijing, and the Forbidden City was built. Between 1405 and 1433, Zheng He led 7 epic voyages with enormous ships. They followed established routes to known lands, projecting Ming power and conducting trade. After his final voyage, costs and policy turned inward. Fleets and records were destroyed, a turning point. The Manchus founded the Qing, adopting Chinese governance and expanding the empire. At its height, Qing borders reached their greatest extent. Industrial Europe forced unequal treaties after the Opium Wars, an intrusion, not a discovery. The shocks helped unravel the imperial order and birth modern China. So, who discovered China? The answer, after this long journey, is clear: no one did. The question itself rests on a false premise. It seeks a singular moment for what countless people forged over thousands of years. The land was inhabited by early humans, settled by Neolithic farmers, organized by Bronze Age kings, unified by a formidable emperor, and glorified by successive dynasties. If we must use discover, farmers discovered art in clay, scribes discovered how to capture language, engineers discovered movable type and the compass, and Qin Shi Huang discovered a method to forge unity from war. Encounters with others were contacts, intersections of existing streams of history.